got the best news. I got the best news. I got the best news last night. Oh, probably should have turned that more into like a Christmas jingle, but I'm too excited to share today that I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just, my book, this one right here, is on Audible as of 9:30 last night, I think. And I couldn't wait to share it with you. For one big reason, we are now in a mental health epidemic, and I know that for me, the way I consume my books is all through Audible. So even when I wrote this book last year, I released it August 11th, my mom's birthday. You've heard me say this many times if you follow me. On my 25th sober anniversary, my mom's birthday, and I released it, but I also recorded it on my podcast, on the Dr. Whisperer and the Dr. Whisperer podcast. I didn't do a video about it. I did some behind the scenes videos. Those are on my YouTube page, I think. Yes, they are. And I'm sorry, I have like big hair today. Like big hair, don't care. Gray hair, don't care. Audible, don't care. Yes, I do care. Okay, getting back. I'm a little off, so just bear with me. This is how I get when I'm excited. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'll take a breath and tell you that when I wrote this book, I really just wanted it to go to Audible. I didn't want to put it in book format, although I love that it is because it showcases the cranes, which are the wonderful references to my higher power that saved me from a life of destruction and addiction and depression and brought me back to life many years ago. And I wanted it to go right to Audible because that's really how I've been consuming my books for years. I love just consuming, and I'm a real fan of autobiographies, documentaries, anything about business, of course, and anything about addiction, anything about recovery, also about depression, of course. I've always wanted to identify with other people and what they go through and how they came out, right? Like not just the problem. I don't want to just hear the problem. I'm a solution strategist. I want to hear about how you came up and out of the problem. And I discuss that a lot in this book. And I recorded it on my birthday, October 13th. And it was a really, really great gift that I gave to myself. I spent a little money. I was recommended by my dear friend Whitney of where she recorded her Audible book in South Tampa. And ironically, that was, the studio was right across the street from Evolve Personal Health, which was a former client and still a very dear friend of mine and my family. So I knew it was a great sign that that's where I was going to be recording. And I always like to do things on the 13th. I was going to wait and tell you on the 13th because that's just on Sunday, but please, why not tell you today? So anyway, it's good. I listened to some of it. I'll tell you what, I sound much better than I sound on the podcast because I recorded it in a hotel room in Clearwater Beach at the Hilton because I wanted to get it out there for free for anybody that needed it, that couldn't afford it. They could just go to the Dr. Whisperer and type in The Broken Road to Mental Health. It's still there. I will keep it there forever. I think like over 500 people have listened to it there, which is so great. But now it's on Audible and it sounds better. There's no like pigeons in the background. There were a lot of pigeons outside of that hotel room I stayed in. So really happy that there's an opportunity for somebody out there who might be struggling, who might think that it's never going to get better or that they can't recover or that depression can't be lifted. There is so much hope, and I'm not the only one. There are so many people that have recovered. I think that my story in particular resonates with a lot of young people. I have many people in my life today that come to me that have children that are suffering either from addiction or depression or anxiety. And the reason that my 12-step recovery works so well that I've been in for 26 years now is because I relate. those are my people. And yeah, I'm just really, really excited. I wanted to keep it short, but I wanted to make sure that I asked you to pass on this Audible book, to have the information about how to get it on Amazon. You know, I'm pretty sure I make like 32 cents. I'm kidding. I have no idea, nor do I care. I know that it's available and out there for people to consume now. And I shared this when I put it on my personal page earlier about this news, that I got up this morning and I started doing some research, like what is the best way, you know, to promote your new Audible book. And I started watching this video, and then I'm like, what am I doing? You know, like, what am I doing? I didn't write this book for anybody but you, or anybody that might be struggling or might think that they can't make it. And that has been my intention since day one, to just put something out there to help. And it would be helpful if you reviewed it on Audible, if you shared it with somebody. You know, it is the holidays. Maybe you like to give away books at Christmas time. I have texted. So easy to share the book and text it to friends. I texted, of course, to my parents and my brother. And because it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So, and the recording on the podcast, you know, it's much longer on the podcast because I told extra stories. On the Audible, I stuck to the script and I read the book. The first time I recorded it too, I crying a lot, like that big ugly cry, you know, the one that you just look like a Shlomo. I couldn't contain myself. I mean, it was so raw. I had just finished writing the book. It was my mom's birthday. It was my 25th sober anniversary. And it was emotional. It was very, very emotional. And reading it on this podcast alone in a hotel room was, you know, it was kind of cathartic. But it was also a lot of like, let's take a deep breath together, because I was crying. There was also a tremendous amount of pigeons. Like I said, pigeons were in full force during that recording. And I think some of it got like, you know, I don't know what happened. The air conditioning was on. I have no idea. It was August in Florida. So with that said, The Broken Road to Mental Health in Life and in Business is now currently available on Audible. Look at me. I can't even say it without smiling. I'm one of those people now that talks and smiles at the same time. I thought, would that ever happen? So you can go on Amazon and you can order the book and it'll download on Audible if you have Audible. If you're not listening to books on Audible, I don't know. I just don't even understand. I mean, I listened to Dolly Parton's book on my way to Tennessee for my vacation and finished it on my way back. I listened to it a few times while I was there vacationing. You know, you can just consume so much more when you're listening to it, because you could, you know, I was going to say cook, because that would have been another big fat lie. Like, no, you don't cook, so don't even say that. But working out or walking, you know, exercising, walking the dog, driving. I mean, who isn't driving? So just a great way to pass the time. So I hope that you will, I hope you'll get it. I hope you'll listen to it. It's pretty good. I am listening to it now, and I'm going to finish it on my way to St. Pete because I have to go do work. So thank you so much. I hope that you will share it with somebody, like I said, who is suffering. There's nothing better than understanding that you're not alone. And that really is the message. You are not alone. There is hope, and you too can get through. If I can do it, as you will hear in this book, anybody can do it. So thank you for watching, listening. Merry Christmas, and it makes a great gift. Fa la 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 la, La Broken Road to Mental Health in Life and in Business. And yeah, there's a lot of good business tips in there. I listened to a few. I'm like, wow, you came up with that, huh? Have a good one. Thank you. Merry Christmas.